What's the deal with
Catholics?
who are these people?
Hello. Welcome to What Do Catholics Really Believe? This is the pilot episode. So, because there's all kinds of misconceptions, right? Like, well, they worship Mary. No. So, we're going to go through, we're going to use this, the New Catholic Answer Bible. And by the way, I didn't grow up Catholic. I went to a Catholic school. I was confirmed Lutheran. I think I was the only kid in the school that wasn't Catholic. Once in a while, there was like another kid there. Fought with the religion teachers all the time. Was blasphemic.
You find it funny? You find it funny?
You know, wasn't good. And when my daughter was born, I realized that Catholicism is the one true church. Anyway, let's just go through it. Is purgatory in the Bible? H2. Why do we believe in purgatory? By the way, just because something's not in the Bible doesn't mean it doesn't exist, you know? Like, there are all kinds of animals that weren't talked about in the Bible. Lots of sins that people do commit that also weren't in the Bible. It's the spirit of a lot of things that you have to, understand. Is purgatory in the Bible? The writer of 2nd Maccabees, which I don't think that's in the Protestant Bible, it's part of the Apocrypha. The writer of 2nd Maccabees praises the offering of prayers and sacrifices for the dead. Why do the departed need such assistance from us? Well, and so Maccabees 12:42, so that their sins might be fully blotted out. But if they're dead, isn't it taught in Protestantism that they go right to heaven? That's clearly not true. If they're dead and they're being prayed for and sacrifices for them, where are they? They're not in heaven, so that must be a type of purgatory. And this is 1 John 3:2. We shall be like him, for we shall see him as he is. Since God is holy, now this end quote, since God is holy, to be like him, we too must be holy. Without that holiness, no one will see the Lord, for nothing, here's the big one, nothing, Revelation 21:27. I have a habit of saying 20 instead of 20. 20. It's not 20, it's 20. Like milk.
Hey, how do you count cows? What a calculator! What if cows have hooves and not feet? Because they lacked. What do you call a sleeping cow? A bulldoze? What do you call a cow with 2 legs? Lean beef! What do you get from a dwarf cow?
No, it's milk. Falcon. Up until recently, I said Popeye. Popeye? No, it's Popeye. I'm not as smart as I sometimes think I am. Revelation 21:27. For nothing unclean will enter the glory of heaven. Nevertheless, few people, even among devout Christians, are fully cleansed of sin and its effects when they die. And God will not reject any penitent sinner, even one who has been notoriously wicked, yet repents at the last moment before death. That's in Luke. How then can we enter heaven immediately at death if we aren't yet perfected in holiness? St. John, that's John for you Protestants, tells us that everyone who hopes to be holy as God is holy and to see him at last face to face makes himself pure as he is pure. Let's get into the weeds a little bit here. Okay, here we go. That process of purification begins in this life as we submit in faith to the dealings of God that help to make us whole. Purgatory is simply the name given to that process of purification as it continues after death. Like the Holy Trinity, purgatory is a term not occurring in Scripture. So the Holy Trinity is not in Scripture. We just figured it out, I guess, right? But the reality it refers to is implied by scriptural truths. God doesn't purify us instantly in this life by waving a magic wand. And by the way, just because Jesus said that thief or whatever on the cross next to him was going, I will see you in heaven, doesn't mean that that's his next stop. God doesn't purify us instantly in this life by waving a magic wand, bypassing the cooperation of our free will. Excuse me. So we shouldn't expect him to do so at our death either. And since his work to heal us of the effects of sin is usually painful now, just as surgery for our bodily health is painful, the purgatorial process will likely be painful as well. I was seeing it in my peripheral. I thought I said, will likely be painful as hell. All right, one more paragraph. The traditional image of cleansing purgatorial fire comes from such biblical passages as 1 Corinthians 3:11-15, which speaks of those who will be saved, but only as through fire. The Bible also speaks of God's holiness in this regard as a consuming fire. That's Hebrews 12:29. Yet just as the physician's cauterizing fire burns in order to heal, so does any pain we might experience in purgatory. In the end, it is a work of God's mercy. So really, I could have just done the first paragraph here. Prayers and sacrifices for the dead. I guess that's probably why Lutherans took it out. You don't get to just do that, you know? And if you're Lutheran, if you're a Protestant, shouldn't you be curious why those books were taken out? They were around until the 1500s. And then like a bunch of books were taken out. That should be important. That's what got me curious, you know? Like, wait, what's going on here? All these things that happened matter. Our history isn't that old, you know? These things matter. Just because they happened a few hundred years ago doesn't mean they're not relevant. So that's why I am Catholic. It doesn't make any sense. That's why I'm Catholic. Just being curious and asking questions and seeing the love of the tradition of the church is really good. I can't find a flaw in its theology. I tried for 7 years that I was in Catholic school, and I thought I was right, and I wasn't. So there you go. There's episode 1 of What Do Catholics Really Believe? And the question is, why do we believe in purgatory? And is purgatory real? Is it in the Bible? All right, I'm going to go do posts now and try to jazz this up a little bit. Make it a fun show, you know? Did I? I don't know. All right. Thanks for tuning in. Follow truth. Truth is Jesus. Good night.
What's the deal with
Catholics?
who are these people?